Hello and welcome to Naijas Geeking podcast. Today we are honored with a very esteemed guest, Red the Regular. How are you doing?
I'm back on the block. Shade acknowledged, but I'm good.
You're good.
Yeah,
Okay, we
yeah,
are
I'm
glad
good.
to have you. Today you are the constant. So just constant for the day, right?
I'm always constant. We had what do you call it? How do I explain it without?
You
we
know
had we had
your
we had we had we had we had matters arising at work last week. So
Of course, of
yeah,
course,
yeah.
of course, of course.
all
We
I
had
hear, all I hear is excuses.
yeah.
exactly like everybody here has it. Nobody here is jobless. We all have work to do, so it's not as if
I didn't call.
we
I
are
No,
didn't.
better
I
than
didn't. I didn't.
anyone.
I didn't. I didn't call you
debatable.
jobless.
That is debatable for some.
For
I
some,
didn't call you.
okay. Anyway, Depo, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm actually quite good. Yeah, I'm good. Not too bad. I'm no longer stressed about my other hobby. You know.
You're not stressed at all about your other hobby. Okay, I
Yeah.
hope none of them are watching this, but it's fine. I'm sure.
I'm sorry. Just for before you put Igbo in my pocket, I'm talking about football. Though. I don't know what other hobby you are. You are, trying to trying to implicate me with.
Okay, did I see anything?
No,
I didn't. I didn't suggest.
let me clear myself. I don't want any
I didn't suggest. I didn't
insinuations.
suggest.
You know,
Okay,
like red the constant. I'm that body,
The Guna.
the faithful.
the people.
Yes.
Uh, wow. Okay, that you had to pick that word, faithful, out of every other word you could have used. It's like
Let's
okay,
make it clear. Oh
yeah.
God.
It doesn't make it. It just makes it look guilty, but it's fine. Unfortunately, Kex is not here today. Or fortunately, I mean, Kex is not here today.
Why
It's
do you
always a.
unfortunate?
I meant fortunately, I have to
Oh,
correct
okay, good,
myself.
good, good, good,
Yes,
good, good, good.
like it's always a very pleasant episode when Kex is never around because like there's nobody arguing nonsense arguments up and down. So yeah, well yeah, getting into it today, we'll be discussing the last two episodes of Invincible and also episode three of Daredevil. But to kick it off, there have been a couple of rumors being bandied around DC casting. And I know we're a bit tired of DC news, but these two rumors need at least some mention. First of all, there's a rumor of Tom Cruise being cast to play Jor-El in Superman. Do you think, on your scale of 1 to 5, how believable do you think this rumor is, and do you want it?
One on one. I don't believe it and I don't want it.
You don't want it at all. That for you?
I almost don't care. Do I want it? Not really. Do I believe it? I think I believe it a bit more than I actually want it. So
Hmm.
I would say I'll probably give it like a 55% probability it might be true.
Yeah.
How much do I want it? 15%. To me, it's almost like a nothing role, and I don't know how. I'm based on what. Wait, so this is about again. This is about the film they've already finished, right?
Yeah.
So it's almost like going to be almost a small part,
Yeah.
some flashback scene or some recording he gives to his son. It almost be a distraction if it's Tom Cruise in my mind. Yeah, I don't really care. I don't want it.
Yeah. Like I'm with Red on this. I do not want. I think I had an almost visceral reaction to be casting. Like, no, just no. This doesn't fit the
Okay.
movie at all. I don't want to be distracted by Tom Cruise in this movie in
Yeah.
any shape, way, or form. And believability, I think this would have come out a long time
If
before
it was
now,
true.
if it was
Yeah.
true. Like, given how much we know about the film already and the way Hollywood currently behaves, it would be a miracle to keep something this big, this hidden. And we know the role is small, so there's like no need to keep it so well tightly wrapped for this long. So yeah. That's that. Then the other one is just new. Colin Farrell is in talks for a role in DC, apparently for the upcoming Sergeant Rock movie. Same question, believability, and do you want it?
So I'll go first on this one. I have a very visceral reaction to this one. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how true this is, and I don't even care what truth rating it is. I do not want this at all. I'm not even American, but I'm offended for Americans. Sergeant Rock It's like your typical American. It's like as American you get. He loves violence. He loves guns. He's not that quite intelligent. He's running around doing all kind of stuff. And then you get a Brit to play it. I just think it's weird.
I don't know. So this your take right now. I don't know if it's a compliment or if it's offensive. I
think it's offensive. Actually,
you said it's not intelligent. He loves guns, and they should get a Brit to play.
I'll take it a piss.
Yes,
So
I don't know. I want to call you out.
Competent, but what I'm saying is your, I don't know, your what you call, I don't say stereotypical, but it's like the ramble of the comics. It's like as Americans you can get what you. I think in DC Comics, there's nobody who represents the military, American military person more so.
Trump will shut it down. Don't worry.
But I don't know why you are being mad about this. Like, there has been an history of British actors coming to come and take American jobs from them. For classic American roles, yeah.
Okay, but can you mention one role that a Brit has played that is an iconic American? An iconic American.
I'm pretty sure they played some presidents.
Yeah, but you can't even figure it to the head. Which is what. Fine. We're talking about comic books here, but it just feels weird to me. That why would you look beyond an American for this? Personally.
I mean, they are getting the best great actor.
Listen, we all know Brits are the best actors, but it's not like they can't find one or two in America as well. Surely, we've seen a few people who are surprisingly good who are Americans as well.
The way already staring at you right now. It's like,
I don't know why I'm doing a job for him. I really don't know.
You are the worst supporter I can ask for to defend this case. Yeah. Well,
I don't like the idea.
You don't like the idea of Colin Farrell? Like, I would want Colin Farrell in any role in DC. So I don't.
So let me ask you a question. Even the look of Solid Rock, it doesn't fit it. Personally.
So after the makeup in Penguin,
like it can look anyway.
So my first reaction was, I don't see it. I don't want it. But if I now look at what he did with Penguin,
I'm like, he can play anything.
He can play.
It's like Gary Oldman. If you tell me Gary Oldman is playing any role, I don't care. He can play it.
If Oldman says it's this like the Rock,
you'll be.
It's so old for it now, but
Gary Oldman is a bit too old for that. But Gary Oldman, if you tell me he's playing a clown, I won't believe it. If you tell me he's playing a comedian, a love-struck fool, I won't believe it as well because he's just that good an actor. So yeah, there are people like that where.
So who could play it?
Tom Cruise.
I know you said that out. Yes,
I regret asking that question.
No, it's a good question.
Yeah,
I don't think. I don't want to mention some of the obvious current faves.
What's the guy that plays Peacemaker?
John Cena.
No, I don't know.
You don't want that kind?
No.
Okay.
He's got the physique, he's got the jawline, he's got everything. They give him a crew cut and he'll pass. Yeah, okay, but it doesn't have the weight.
But yeah, I would always say Governor. I'm a big favor of discover talent, but if I was forced to pick somebody, I'm trying to think who would I pick, and then I don't want to say Richer because it's an obvious choice.
He could play.
Yeah, he can play.
What about Jensen Ackles, Soldier Boy from The Boys?
I'll take him.
You'll take him. Okay.
Yes, I'll take him.
Because my next choice was going to be Daniel Radcliffe.
No.
Daniel Radcliffe. Harry Potter.
It's too short though. What are you talking about? Why?
This guy's taking the piss. Harry Potter. No, wait, no, don't even go there.
No, because he has played this manic soldier boy in one of these movies he has done. So I'm like,
that movie. What was it called?
Yeah, I forgot the name. When he sword guns to his hand or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, I've not seen this film. Okay.
Oh, he's got
Ah.
some metal.
Yeah, some acting jobs.
Yeah, I was on Netflix for a while.
Yeah, so I mean, in terms of Colin Farrell playing this role, for me, it's 2 thumbs down.
Okay.
And I rate Colin Farrell as one of my top favorite actors.
Actors. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want him to start the rock.
But yeah, what do you think about they've gotten the first initial plot premise of the movie? It's going to be a war movie, obviously, but the twist is it's going to be set in the future. Not like they said, oh, it's not a contemporary war. It's not going to be like set in Iraq or any of these old wars that we have all these superhero war movies set. It's going to be a war movie set in the future. So yeah.
Hasn't Colin Farrell played something like that? Let's check.
So Sergeant Rock in the movie, the war is in is a future set war.
I mean, yes, that's what they're talking here, which is weird. It's actually a little bit in the future. But we've met Sergeant Rock in Creature Commandos already.
Yeah, so I'm thinking it could be one of these time displaced
Captain America kind of this thing. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Maybe. Oh yeah. It's just really from the future. I don't know. I can see. I think there has been a few comics like that. You know, where he's meant to be the ultimate soldier. You know, and I guess fight. You know. Okay. Let's be frank. Sergeant Rock and Nick Fury are the same character.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You know, and when I say Nick Fury, I'm talking about the OG.
The white OG. Yeah, but like Nick Fury grew up to become a spy. Sergeant Rock is just a soldier. He never really.
Yeah, he never came to the future, did he?
Yeah, fair enough.
Also, present day. He was always in the.
Okay, so that's our take on that. So, yeah, but going on now, do we want to start with Invincible or Daredevil?
Red, what do you think? Daredevil first or Invincible?
So you guys have done you did the first 2 for Daredevil, right? I missed that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's go Daredevil. One episode that we'll now
focus on Invincible.
Yeah.
Invincible. Okay. So Daredevil. Brief summary before we touch on, because there are so many points I want to argue. This episode is purely a lawyer procedural based episode. It's basically the trial of Hector Ayala for the crimes, for the manslaughter case he had, or murder case, and we had like Daredevil investigating that and trying to present a reasonable case in court. And we also had the opposing team presenting their own case in court about this. Daredevil, after some quick legal work of trying to keep the name outside, still brings it back into the case. And on the basis of that, gets him freed. And yeah, there are some Easter eggs prepared here and there and all of that. But at the end of the day, Ayala is still killed by one of the policemen, I assume, wearing a Punisher uniform. I'm trying to think of if there are any other major things to touch on. Wilson and his wife, their relationship is still being weird, even though they are going to therapy about it. Any other points? I'm trying to think of Bibi Ulrich. We didn't really see her much in this episode.
No. As you said, this was mainly focused on the
case.
In a way, I think this episode is kind of the episodes that almost every episode of this was before they did the reshoots.
Yeah,
this was purely Hector Ayala, making a case for was he a murderer? Basically, was he a murderer? And one thing I liked about this, I liked a lot of things about this. I have an issue not with the story, but with the actions of certain characters.
Before we get there, on the basis of the case and the facts that were presented to us by both sides, I want to ask you both: would you find him guilty or not?
No, with all the police with the police testimonies talking about White Tiger, knowing who he is now, that changed it.
Go on.
No, continue.
I would say no, purely on the fact that it was not proven beyond any doubt. I don't get me wrong. I know that is what it's meant to be. The reality of how that happens in law, especially in America, it's not like that case. But purely on beyond any reasonable doubt.
But remember, there was eyewitness testimony.
Yes,
So the
it's-
cop,
it-
the
That
cop,
was
said-
the
the cop, said,
conflict.
so the cop, no, the cop said he did it. No,
Yeah.
the other guy.
So you have to put beyond reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
It's the cop's word against his word.
wasn't-
Literally, there's no other evidence.
It wasn't
Either
even
way.
recanted. It never entered it into. It never entered his statement officially. Remember the witness.
Oh
that
yeah.
Daredevil
Yeah,
fought.
yeah, yeah.
So there's no witness. So the
so
witness
there's no
can
There's
be.
no
witness.
witness,
And
just the cop's
said,
word
I
against
was not there.
the against Ayala's word,
Yeah.
and you have to believe like, oh, which person presents a better story.
Yeah. Okay. So to me, as a juror, the fact that
Yeah.
that witness came and the person brought all the time to bring that wasn't there, and then he got on the court, and then clearly you could see and change his mind. To me, as a juror, straight away, I didn't believe him. I wouldn't believe him either. There's no way a prosecution guy will bring somebody in who then.
It might be a trick. It might be a trick to exact that kind of emotion from you.
Well, fine, but to me,
Because that's as close as you get to perjury without picturing yourself. Like you make a big production of I have a weakness. You get him on the stand and you try to sell the idea without actually stating it that there's a police pressure being there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but to me, in that court, I'll 100% be on Hector's side, even if I didn't know if there's any doubt in my mind between.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So you said it to tip you over, not that it will make.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So him being found not guilty, I kind of was okay with it. As happened.
Okay.
The tactics used. Yeah. It's a bit questionable.
That's going to be my second question to two of you.
Okay.
Taking away the reveal that Hector Ayala is White Tiger, let's say that didn't happen in the case, and the case went on that way, would you still find him guilty or not guilty?
It becomes, I will be less convinced, but at the same time, and this is my issue with all the kind of stuff. In that whole case, nobody proved any shred of evidence.
Because how do you prove evidence there beyond?
So here's my question. It constantly boils down what he said to what he said.
But as a juror, you're supposed to make decisions based on what you were given.
Yes.
Yeah.
And beyond any reasonable doubt.
But there was nothing to create.
Exactly. So
there was nothing to create doubt for you, though. A policeman is dead. Did
he kill him?
What?
Did Hector kill that policeman?
Well, Hector said he died, but the policeman.
There were two policemen. Yeah. There are two policemen. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Now, the story from the policemen, there were two policemen.
Yeah.
Hector attacked them on the train station, and in the process of fighting them, he threw one off a board. There is no other word to believe except the policeman's word.
And remember, the policeman was highly decorated.
Yes.
Again, what you're doing is giving credibility. Oh, this guy's more credible than this guy.
Oh, but that's what the case rests on.
This is why I always go back to. I don't know if it doesn't happen in reality, but as a juror, do you have any reasonable doubt? The answer to me, yes.
What's your reasonable doubt?
Because there's no evidence he did do it. He said A, you said B. It's literally your word against his word.
But the man is dead.
I took that. So operate don't lie.
No, so the point is that Hector is not even denying that he killed the man.
Yeah, but
Hector comes to
court
and says, I killed the man.
No, he denied it. He said, I didn't know that guy.
No, okay, let's put it like this. He said, Hector is not denying he got in a scuffle with the man that got killed.
Yes, correct.
Now, Hector is coming with this phantom story that, there was a witness there. The policeman is saying that there was nobody there, you attacked us.
Yeah, again, not what you say, it's what this guy said versus what this guy said. That's all it is. So how can you say you don't have any doubts? And that's how the court works. Which is why
the court says beyond reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
So if you don't have anything beyond reasonable doubt, you have to deal with the fact.
Of course, I'm doubtful. I'm very doubtful. Because you told me, okay, you're not giving me anything else. There's no video. There's no camera.
But Matt did not prove anything beyond reasonable doubt that
No, you have to be. It has to be beyond the reasonable doubt that you're guilty.
For you to call guilty,
Yeah,
not the other way around.
for you to be guilty. Yeah.
So the way of law is really, but from the very beginning, it always sits with innocence. Sorry,
innocent until proven guilty. Yeah,
until proven guilty.
Yeah,
and to prove guilty, you have to say. Now, in reality, I know this doesn't work especially in American courts. It doesn't work that way. And obviously you're talking about jurors.
Yeah.
But if I was a juror, I would definitely say no.
But what I would say is that I bought the closing defense of the prosecutor. I bought its story more than Daredevil's closing defense. Daredevil goes,
they gave him more. They gave him more time, more airtime.
Yeah, no, like Daredevil basically goes, this guy is a superhero. This guy helps people. How could he do this?
Yeah,
and the guy says, and the policeman says, yes, it's true. This guy is a good guy. He helps people, but
good guys do bad things.
Good guys do bad things, exactly.
So now, if I now bring the the White Tiger part into it, it makes the cast way stronger because now you look at the credibility of a superhero who's known in this neighborhood, who's never done anything untoward versus a cop, which you put level. And to us, cops in New York, let's be very clear, the reputation of cops in New York is that they're corrupt.
Actually, for me, in that particular case, it makes the White Tiger reveal makes Echayala's case better because Echayala is now known for a guy that gets into fights. So I would even believe to protect people. I would even believe he stepped in there. I would even believe he stepped in there to protect that guy. But that's it. But
his story
tied
up nicely with his record.
Yeah,
he steps in to help people.
He stepped in to help people, but he also stepped into he helps people by beating up other guys.
But does it kill?
If it's possible that he made a mistake and it's manslaughter, I'll give him a manslaughter charge at least.
But
I would believe that he got into a fight
he said they were
and he accidentally killed somebody. Yeah.
He said they were beating up somebody. The cop said they weren't. Straight away, this guy has a record, an established record
of helping people.
Yeah.
So for you to say you're lying.
You're also a madman that wears a mask and believes your mystical ability.
That is your bias against all vigilantes.
Yeah,
basically, yes.
Yeah,
I have a big. Okay, yeah, that's fair. I have a big bias against vigilantes in general. But yeah, so now let's get.
Why do you have bias against vigilantes?
I think they are stupid criminals that with delusions of grandeur.
So you don't like Punisher.
Obviously not. Like the idea of Punisher scares the hell out of me.
Here's issue, Red, and I see both sides. While the concept of vigilante in comics is something I enjoy, you love Daredevil, you love Batman, I love Punisher, even Punisher actually kills. In the real world, you don't want that.
No, you don't. I know.
Because they'll get with murder, and who's to say who? Hang a minute.
They are judge, jury, and executioner. And I'm like, no.
I don't mind vigilantes that
hand
people over to the police.
And hand over to the police.
Yeah, but even those who no. So even the ones that stop crime and hand over to the police, I'm more scared of them because they don't have proper training or accountability. They can mess up the situation worse than. So it's like the world has to be.
I love Punisher.
Yeah, I know you love Punisher.
I love Punisher as well, but I would not. In the real world, I know. Please calm down now.
No, thank you.
That guy would have killed people who maybe it was the first day as a mafia goon. Maybe the fourth day, they turned up to a meeting. They didn't know what and the Punisher just turns up and just sprays them more.
Tough luck. Wrong place at wrong time.
Yeah.
Okay, now going back to the case, the one big trick that Matt pulled. What do you guys think of it? Revealing his identity to the public.
Matt was an ass.
Do you
agree?
Oh no, 100%.
It's not his reveal to tell. Yeah.
It was bad. It was out of order. I don't even know if it was even legal.
I don't think it was legal because the judge already put it on that seal.
But then the judge seems to think.
No, but it can't even be unheard. So
No, so here's why I don't think it was illegal, to be honest.
That brought it in.
Because it was the defendant's lawyer
that brought it in. Yeah.
that brought it into. So
It's the same thing with
prosecutors,
it's the same thing with the Jonathan Majors case, if you remember, where they said they kept the phone records out of the state, and because the defendant managed to introduce it mistakenly
itself, so
they brought it. Yeah.
I think Matt not consulting with Hector
was the big
I think that's a big thing.
Order.
That's a big
I think that caused the action that happened later on.
Yep, directly.
No, see, here's the thing.
But my second thing is Hector himself did not help matters. So I think they're both responsible. It's like, okay, this guy's after me now. Everybody, all the people I've been beating up, they now know who I am.
Yeah, and which
for me in that case, I'm moving out of town for a while.
So that's a problem I had with that whole episode. Why do you see? Because he told him clearly, your days as White Tiger is over, and he said, "Yes, I know." And the next thing, you're back in the costume.
My uncharitable view is an addict. My more positive view, he sees the trial as a.
Well, your view of how you being an addict.
Yeah.
Before water, because it's an amulet. God knows what that amulet makes him feel like when it's wearing it. You know, if you make a case.
Yeah,
it's like
a high. I think it's a high, but I think what the positive aspect they're trying to sell on us is that the case validated what he was doing as White Tiger. The case showed a need for White Tiger. Like the community wants White Tiger based on the case.
That the cops.
Yeah, but
don't say the cops. Certain members of those cops will come gunning for. So you know the information about this whole thing.
Yeah,
the one cop that was actually there, and this is the nature of human beings. He knows for facts that guy didn't kill his partner.
No, but even with
he's pissed off that he started interfering in the fights, which led to his partner's death.
His partner's death. Yeah. As far as that guy is concerned,
yes,
Hector killed his partner.
Yeah,
if Hector was not there, the partner will still be alive. Yes. Nothing as in the witness will be alive, the partner will be alive. But and
it's that kind of mind, that kind of thinking, that kind of self. I don't know what the word is. It's almost like
the story you tell yourself, justification.
Thank you.
Mental justification.
Yeah. Where you're the hero or the victim.
Yeah.
Of something but if anybody else looked at this whole thing, then hang on a minute, no. You know.
No, but like.
Yeah, go on.
I get it. I actually get where it's coming from. And also, you don't expect a lot of sense from somebody that worships that worships Punisher. He has a Punisher tattoo. So, like, you don't expect a lot of...
Not just him. Quite a few of them had it.
Yeah.
So they seem to be a gang.
Yeah, they seem to be a gang.
Within the cops. Like, I'm guessing it's not all the cops.
Yeah, I'm really hoping they are not a proper criminal corrupt gang, but like these kinds of cops that believe in extreme action. But not, they're not like, oh, we are doing all the professional things like that. Because I would really want to see that morally grey aspect of them.
I mean, for our listeners, just to, I mean, it should be clear by now. Hector gets killed. You know,
obviously
after the case. I want to talk about a trope that is rarely used, and I thought about this a lot. A lot of the vigilantes we see in comics, and this is a comic thing. The ones that walk the streets tend to be ones that have whose powers protect them from like gunshots and stuff like that, like random. The ones that are vulnerable to stuff like that, you always see they're normally jumping from rooftop to rooftop. Then, you know.
I'm trying to think
about it. And obviously, you now see Hector. He's literally just walking down the street, like walking with anybody.
Which other vigilante fits the Hector mode?
There's one person. No, there's one, and he's not Marvel DC. The only person that was like that, and he also got beaten up. Was Kick-Ass. Kick-Ass was walking the streets.
Yeah. Because like Hector is like a mix of realistic,
yes,
and poor Batman. So it doesn't have the means to be jumping
but
on the rooftops.
what I'm saying is comics always tend to try and avoid that for that very reason.
Yeah.
You know,
Because like, if you're walking the streets, anybody can kill you.
You have to keep them alive for a couple of books. Yeah.
You've always got your Daredevil. All of them have the ability to swing your Batman. Nobody just. And then that's so hard. I yell at this walking. I said, if your ability does not involve bulletproof, don't be a vigilante. You can't be flying. You can't fly. You can't jump from roof to roof. Forget it.
Yeah.
It's not your calling.
And it's wearing white.
White. So I was thinking. So all along, is this something that you're walking down the streets and running around?
Then how does it change? How does it get back home?
Let's not get about that. Let's not do that one. Let's not do the change.
Does he wear the costume, walk outside of his house, close the door, walk downstairs?
No, I reckon he's got one public toilet that he always uses.
That's fine.
So you guys know that actor died, right?
Yes, we talked about it last week. That
I didn't know that. Okay.
I actually thought it was going to die at the beginning of this episode. I didn't know he actually filmed enough scenes to make it to the end of the episode.
Okay.
So respect to him. But one more thing, I'm thinking like what you touched on it, that Matt revealing the identity was poorly done. I honestly would have preferred a scene where Matt convinces him.
Very poor.
Like, Matt is the one that goes to me and say, "Hey, this is the best way to win your case. I know you have, and like it basically pushes him to allow him to do it because
because Matt works for him. That guy was sort of ready to take what comes with it.
Yeah, yes. And I think the guy would have been fine because the guy was fine with it. The guy would have been fine if Matt goes to him and says, "Oh, this is the best way," blah blah blah.
Yeah, I think he would have agreed, but at least give him the chance.
Give him that chance. Yeah, like you don't know.
Yeah, give him that chance. And the fact that he now died, in my view, as a direct result of that.
So I think
I want to see how that's going to play.
He's going to play. He's going to play on his guilt a lot.
Yeah, I think that's
the only reason they wrote it like that.
Yeah, for him to.
Yeah.
Well, the guy dying too. So I think.
Yeah, I think the guy. What's this thing called? I think the guy. Wow, I'm losing my train of thought on this. That's wow.
Okay, why you get your tails trot together?
Yes, exactly.
Another thing that I want to say about Hector.
We're talking about Matt's guilt, playing directly into it.
So the costume and amulets.
Yeah,
we've seen the wife. We've seen the sister.
Yeah.
We did not see the daughter, right? They mentioned the daughter.
They mentioned the daughter. So she becomes.
Did you see the daughter?
No, we didn't see the daughter.
I think it's the sister that becomes the new White Sider.
The sister becomes then the daughter also eventually.
Yeah. So I think it's the sister next.
So I was trying to work out what the age of the daughter was. Are they going to go to the sister or are they going to go straight to the daughter? But you're right. I think they might just do the sister.
Might be the sister.
Now we know Fisk is going to be on a anti-vigilante tip, and we could see in this episode he was kind of annoyed at the judgment.
He's not. He didn't even take him long to
he was really
get back into character.
Yeah, and he started. He was ranting and raving about this. Now my question is, that means we are going to see another vigilante. It can't just be Daredevil straight away, in my view. I believe
Punisher is in there.
Punisher, like they're going to accuse Punisher of killing.
Yeah.
Right.
Hector Ayala.
Okay. So that might be the focus of Fisk's
next year, because like Daredevil is going to shoot up to go and find Punisher.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, Punisher is a good shout. I was thinking there's going to be some other vigilante in. So I was wondering whether it's going to be a White Tiger follow-on or totally somebody totally.
No, that'll be too quick.
Yeah. That would be like end of the season.
Okay.
Kind of thing, but yeah. So
we've met. Well, should I say this? It might be a spoiler. It's been in trailers. In the trailers, we see a villain we're still yet to see. But I think we've seen him in civilian clothes already.
Yeah, I think we've seen him already. Yeah. Okay, so that's Daredevil episode 3. What's your rating on this?
I enjoyed this, and here's the surprise: it was after watching it, and I was talking to somebody. And I'm like, hang a minute, I don't think they threw one punch in this whole episode.
Yep.
They did, didn't they?
Oh, they did.
When they went to tell the witness to get out. Oh no, that was so I watched all three together.
All three together.
Oh,
yeah, so that was episode 2.
Yeah. So
I mean, we had some action. Well, I wouldn't call that action. Some excitement when they were trying to get the witness to the court. So there was like a misdirect. Switcheroo. And then you can say the last shot of the episode. But there was no battle. And I didn't even notice that
until the end because it was that good.
Yeah. So I enjoyed this, and before I get my score, I want to say, even though according to what we read before, almost every episode of this season was meant to be like this episode, pure court, like heavily court based.
Yeah,
I think them not doing that is a good thing, but them still having it in, because my biggest issue with the Netflix series was there was too little of
court cases. Yeah,
but I think so. If you get 1 or 2 court cases like this out of 9 episodes, I will be happy.
You know, honestly, with this episode, I wouldn't have minded a proper procedural Daredevil show that focuses on that focuses on superhero ethics.
Yeah, but then they have to keep on. It will become you should have this. And this
I feel like it might be this particular case, or maybe 1 or 2 cases that they actually dig deep into, because there's a lot of meat in this kind of stories because this story is properly complex enough on its own, where you can actually dig deep in what makes a superhero and things like that. So yeah,
I'm going to give this episode a 4. I really enjoyed this episode, and I didn't think so it's a 4 for me.
Fair enough. I'll give it a 4. I think I enjoyed it well enough. Yeah.
So what was that? So I think you
4 as well.
Yeah. Oh, 3.8 for me.
Yeah, that's fair. I was debating between 3.8 and 4.
Do you want to give Keck's score? Keck's comments?
We can ignore it. You can come and give it next week.
So 3.5.
Yeah,
but yeah, what did Keck say again? I gave it a 3.5.
3.5. And angry at Matt.
I'm an idiot for getting Hector killed. But here's what I'll say about that. I think Hector was going to die either way.
Forget
but Matt's action itself.
Minimum 50%.
Matt is responsible for his death. But like, I'll blame that on bad writing, because they should have been that scene where it tells him, and we know Hector would have agreed.
Yeah.
So if that had happened and Hector had agreed that we had a conversation, would you still blame Matt for his death?
No, well, the only reason why I give Matt 50% was because the remaining 50% was, you've been outed. What are you doing?
Get out of town.
Get out of town. Just get out of town. I'm not saying that was saying
the only reason I would blame Matt is because they didn't have that conversation. That's why I blame Matt. Matt didn't have given the chance to give consent. If he had given consent for it, that okay, let's go ahead with this strategy to free me, then yes.
So I'm thinking, I mean, maybe prediction here. I think Matt also gets outed eventually, and he ends up in San Fran. Well, remember, he ended up in San Francisco in the books for a while.
Yeah, but even then, he came purely for, and he went back. It was not out of town for more than a couple of days.
No, it was in San Fran for a while. There was an arc where it was in San Fran.
Yeah, but also remember the ending, and this is gonna annoy.
Yeah.
Remember, they rewrote like in a meta manner. That whole episode was rewritten, so they could technically get away with saying that didn't happen.
Yeah,
that's true.
Do you see what I mean? In the end, She-Hulk came out, went to see the writers, and kind of at least we know they rewrote the ending.
Oh, you're talking about the MCU?
No. I'm talking about the comics. I'm talking about the comics.
He spent time in San Francisco.
He was in San Francisco.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he moved to San Fran for a while. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about
No,
Remember,
not the MCU.
in MCU, he was also in
It
California.
was also for
Yeah,
She-Hulk.
Yeah,
I think
that's what I thought you meant. Oh,
but
I don't.
You don't remember that?
I don't remember that wrong.
Yeah, because remember, he had a daughter. Okay, now I'm beginning to mix it up. He had a daughter called Mapone. Am I right? Or somebody? I'm gonna go. There was somebody called.
I'm not saying it wrong. I just I can't remember it.
There was somebody called Mapone. 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 I thought it was his daughter. So he came back from San Fran.
His daughter with Natasha.
Yeah.
Well, is that the main universe or alternate universe?
Was it alternate? I'm getting confused now.
Because I know Mapone was like his daughter with Natasha.
That can't be the main timeline.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Are you guys sure? I have to check it.
We'll check that.
We'll check it out. We'll check it out. Yeah. But do you think we would have the adaptation of Chief Sasky's run where he surrenders himself to prison?
I would
like to see that.
I want it, and it's more realistic that it goes that way for him.
Yeah.
The only thing about that is, if they do that in the MCU, if they do that in the MCU, they need to leave it like that and almost end his storyline.
No, but it got released now. It won the case.
Yeah, but then in the comics, they had to undo everybody knows his identity.
Oh yeah.
So I don't want
the whole thing with the body double. Yeah.
So I don't want what happened to Peter Parker in the MCU.
Okay.
They can do a Tony Stark kind of thing, but yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So that would be my worry. If they do it, I want them to do it, but let it now know that everybody knows he's Daredevil, and
I think everybody's gonna know.
Yeah,
he's gonna stay.
And to be honest, MCU have been very good
with keeping identities revealed.
No.
Like
I'm trying to think. Apart from Spider-Man, is there anybody else that would know whose identity is secret in the MCU?
No, I think Spider-Man.
No, it's only Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man. Kamala, everybody knows who she is.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think. Nobody else.
Yeah, okay.
Nobody comes to mind. But yes. So that's it for Daredevil. Moving on to Invincible. The last two episodes, these are like the two big episodes. One is the Invincible War.
Quick one. I just remember. Did Kingpin refer to Echo in?
He did.
He has referred to her multiple times. Yeah.
Not. He didn't mention Echo.
Yeah, when he said he tried to mentor someone, but it didn't go well.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was Echo. Yeah.
And then there's a scar on his eye.
Okay. I didn't finish watching Echo, so I can't remember.
Just
so they played a little bit of lip service, 2 seconds.
So that it existed, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Invincible. We had two big finales. Like the Invincible War happened, and then the Conquest episode happened. So Invincible War, all the evil variants of Invincible that this guy could round up, it brings them to Earth.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm shocked around. It brings us to that there's a 3-day war where we get to meet a lot of new characters shortly before they are killed, and then we get to some characters that can actually take on Invincible in the world, like Tech Jacket. We saw Best Tiger, which is a fan favorite character.
Yep.
There is this werewolf guy that apparently survived fighting Invincible. There is Kid Thor, and I've forgotten the name of the lady that punches.
I can't remember.
I can't remember her name again.
I know you said Rocket, but it's not Rocket. I can't remember.
We have all these characters, and it's like there's a montage of 3 days of battle, with most of them killing Invincible in various versions of Invincible, and then we get to see how Invincible stacks up against his alternate. He's good enough to take on one by himself. He's better than most of them one by himself, but like two might give him a bit of problem to fight because we saw that against when he and Eve were fighting too. We saw Kid Omni-Man, Oliver jumping into the fight at some point as well. Like, there is that montage. Then the big tribute is to Rex, which they've been teasing his death so badly for the last few episodes. Like every single episode leading up to this, has been about giving us template for him or Ray. Because you know that trope of everybody trying to quit. And you go for the one last battle. And they even at the minute where you say, oh, I'm shooting up to go and fight. Yeah. So he blows himself up, and it's apparently enough to kill the Invincible. An Invincible clone, which is like, I get it.
I mean, they were
but
they were close enough. So we're skin to
I mean,
skin.
like,
Okay.
what level of damage can Invincibles take? We've seen this guy take way more.
Honestly, I didn't buy that for two reasons. But I mean,
I bought it, but like I feel the execution should have been a lot larger than just taking out the building.
Was injured already? The Invincible was injured. No,
Yeah, he was injured.
That
Yeah, he
variant
was
was injured. Yeah, was injured. There was an open.
No, that was, you mean Rex himself was injured?
Rex was injured.
Yeah.
No,
Invincible was not injured. Invincible was injured also.
That was Rex's injury. He put his hand in his own injury.
Yeah. That's right. Okay.
So I'm saying that I feel that explosion, if they wanted to, this is an explosion that can kill an Invincible, it should have been a lot larger than just taking out the top of the bridge.
You know what it should have been?
Yeah, a proper nuke.
No. It should have been just like Rex was saying. That wound should have been on Invincible
and exploding from inside out.
Like, yes. That would have been a lot. A better explanation for what happened.
Yes, that is what I would prefer it to be.
Oh,
by the way, that guy's called Knockout.
What? Knockout. Yes, thank you.
Knockout.
Yeah, Knockout. So we get this world. There's like a montage of battles. And then, like, I really like that montage where they now play the Billie Eilish song, and we have this really cool scene at the end where Invincible refuses to fight, where CSO comes come and meet him that, hey, go and fight, your sister, your mother are out there. Yeah, and he goes, no, Eve is my priority. So we see the very selfishness of, like, the human selfishness of Invincible. Like, even though he knows other people are at risk, it's not just the world, but his family members. He's still prioritizing his girlfriend, over all of this. And I guess he's a teenage boy without sense. And it fits into his character. So there's all of that. The war finally ends. It beats Angstrom. Angstrom throws away the surviving 8 Invincibles. And now, I'm not sure if you recognize most of them. There is one that was wearing the dress of the Emperor of the Viltrumite Empire.
Yeah, that the one that looked like
it looked proper like a proper Viltrumite.
Yeah. There was the Viltrumite prisoner, the one that was bowed.
And he said, and he didn't say anything throughout also.
Yes.
No, he was talking. He said a bit. He was also the one.
The Viltrumite one did not talk.
The Viltrumite one was silent. They made a point that he wasn't talking.
He was not talking. The Viltrumite was not talking.
There was an Omni-Man one.
Yes, there was an Omni-Man one. There was the Viltrumite prisoner one, the one with the bald head that was like he has been properly tortured.
What is that the Mohawk?
The Mohawk.
Yes. No, not the Mohawk. There was another one that was where a Viltrumite dress, but he said he's been in Viltrumite prison.
Oh, okay.
That I said was
I know that I said that you called it a prison and was smashing through. Yeah. Okay.
Pentagon.
We had a cape one.
Mm-hmm. We had
a cape mark of a cape.
Yes. There was the cape one where it was like Emperor of Earth, kind of.
Who was the one that missed his mom?
That was the one with the mask, with the blue mask. I'm not sure what reality is from.
Yeah.
There was the gay one that was in love with what's this guy? That said he missed his friend, Will.
Oh, I missed that one.
Oh, what's that scene again?
I missed it.
It was clear. Like, it was clear from the way he was standing, and when he opened his mouth to talk, it was like, that was that one. Then
I missed that.
Yeah.
I think there was something somebody said once, and I thought, what was that? But
I miss Will. Like he said, when he said I miss my mom,
then the other guy responded,
I miss Will.
I missed. That was what he said. Okay.
Yeah, so I miss Will. So there's that one. There is also, I'm trying to remember if I'm missing any other one. But basically they're just the 8 of them. And the way Angstrom takes them out is clear they're all idiots on some level. Because he takes them out by surprise, pushes them into the portal and leaves them stranded in that other world where there's nobody and nothing.
Yeah, well, to me, the way they lined up and the way they fell for Armstrong's move,
Yeah.
showed that they weren't very clever.
But how could they have escaped it? Because they won on one.
No. I said the moment those things were maneuvering in front of you,
Okay.
What?
they got those, what do you call it? Those drones.
Yeah.
It was very
Like,
suspicious the way they were lined up in front. And
But regardless of where they stayed, Armstrong could pull up anyone right behind them and just
I
suck
would
them
have
in.
liked to see a bit more move from them. Like, one of them dodges it and it still gets
No,
pulled in.
they have to save that for Armstrong versus Mark.
Just to address what Red said, I thought that as well. But it's not very clear. When he pulls those portal, they stay in one place.
Really?
They didn't know what to expect.
No. So what I'm saying is, what Red is saying is, when they were in the circle, I'm complaining that he used those orbs to push them into the portal. Red was saying, "Oh no! Even if he grabbed the orbs, he could have moved the portal into
anywhere.
Them. He can't."
Yeah.
I worked it out when I watched it against Mark. Those portals,
they can't move the portal.
They can't move.
He has to cancel
He has to cancel one and open another one.
Yes, and if you rely on you for you to fly into them. So when you fly fast, you don't put one in front of you. But if you break, you can't move it forward.
Can't move it forward.
Yeah. So that's how, because remember, Mark 2, his first time fighting Armstrong, he was always flying into the portal.
Yeah.
So these guys have not actually fought Armstrong before, so they're not actually prepared to fight Armstrong. So they were relying on, we are super strong, we are stronger than you, without actually working out the
Mark
can actually be a threat.
Mark was working it out on the spot there, not that.
No, Mark already fought him before. So he knew well. He knew that, this guy's opening. I can't just fly anyhow. I have to actually break.
Yeah.
So he was prepared for that kind of fight with Armstrong. He has already worked out, I'm fighting Armstrong. This is how I'm going to fight him. And so he showed like, this is some good from season 2. Like, okay.
So basically,
now
the tactic that Mark developed was basically great braking. Great at applying the brakes.
You need to learn to stop at an instant. Because you don't know when you open the portal. So you have to stop, reverse, stop. So it's not as if the other ones couldn't take him out. They were just like, they didn't think of him as a threat like that.
I've got the list of every single variant.
Okay.
And I think today you've done very well actually. You've got the Emperor, the Victorite, the Omni Man, the Sinister. Who's the Sinister one? The Sinister Invincible.
Is that not the Mohawk one?
No, that's separate. There's a Mohawk one. There's a prison one that you mentioned. There's a no mask one, and there's a masked one. I don't remember the Sinister one. Was that one?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I mean, they're all evil to a level, so it's like, But now we also like this. I like this episode because it shows us like the power levels of Invincible compared to the world. We know it's the strongest, but we know the Reanimen, they are strong enough to take down an Invincible by themselves with the help of Cecil.
A group of them.
A group of them Invincible. We know Kito and Knockout can take down an Invincible. They are enough to arm an Invincible. We know Powerplex has enough power to attack an Invincible, like to kill an Invincible by himself.
If he's charged up enough.
If he's charged enough. Like all of these, they have conditions. But we know that as far as Mark is still the strongest, there are other people below him that can possibly injure him in a fight or take him out. So that's good. Like that established that's cool. That's cool. And then we set up for the big finale, which is what's his name? Conquest comes into picture. Now, one thing I didn't realize about this.
Conquest.
Yes.
Have you mentioned how Eve got injured?
How did she get injured again?
Invincible.
Armstrong grabbed her leg and broke it.
Yeah. No, was it
Armstrong and Invincible?
No, it was
one of the Invincibles.
One of the Invincibles, fighting 2-on-1. When they're ganging up on him, they broke her leg and then he had to fly her away. So now, back to Conquest. I didn't realize this until I was checking online. It's voiced by Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Who was playing Negan in Walking Dead, and has a scene where he brutally beats up Invincible's character Steven Yeun to death. and bashes his head in. Like, it's one of the most traumatic scenes in there.
Yeah.
Where he bashes his head in with this thing. So like they purposely cast him there, and like some of the lines they were saying in the fight, some of the scenes they were doing in the fight were reminiscent of that.
I saw the video where I was
So
doing the voiceover. Yeah.
yeah. So fans of Walking Dead will see that thing and they'll be able to recognize and say,
Well,
"Oh, okay."
when I was watching it, I didn't know it was Jeffrey Dean Morgan. It's
Yeah.
afterwards I found out. Oh, he. So I didn't catch the. So when I watched it, I didn't have Walking Dead in my mind.
Yeah.
When I was watching it, so maybe I think I might have missed some references in the statements.
Yes, okay. I've not watched Walking Dead before, but yeah, apparently there are some references there that reminds you of that particular scene where it beats him brutally to death.
That scene was brutal and very out of order. Very out of order.
Okay. Yeah. So now on to the Conquest episode. This is the episode where, like every season so far.
Before you go to Conquest,
yeah.
So Armstrong barely gets away with his life this time round.
Yeah.
Again,
we have what's his name? Kid Omni-Man?
Yeah.
Oliver.
What's his name?
Oliver. He doesn't have a name. He calls himself Kid Omni-Man, but nobody knows that.
Oliver screaming at Mark to kill
Armstrong.
And Mark finally agrees.
No, it's at the end of this final episode. He agrees. He's after Conquest.
So I thought he agreed and was about to do it, and then Armstrong got away and he tried to grab his hand, and
he was hesitating. He wasn't sure if I should do it or not. Like Oliver is shouting it, he wasn't sure whether I should go for it or not. So he has that. So then he allows him to go. Now this is an interesting reversal of typical superhero acts, where they start with killing, and they let you stop. We are seeing the descent of Mark, where he's like, I grew up believing that it was wrong. And we've seen even in this show, he doesn't even know why. It's just because they told him it's wrong.
Yeah, so
he doesn't fully understand why.
So to me, this is, and I remember Mark's a comic head in his story. He's comic, he likes. So he's got this comic book morality in him, where killing is the last resort.
Yeah.
And even as a comic book reader myself, I'm not going to kill you. Some of these villains, I would not even hesitate. When I'm fighting you, I want to fight you. Because it's almost like me or you. But obviously, Mark's a kid. Mark doesn't have that, I can see if you grew up in America, you're good with two shoes, your morality comes from Spider-Man comics, that kind of stuff. I can see why you are the way you are.
So
you go on.
What I was Mark, even his understanding of why you shouldn't kill is very childish. Like when Oliver questions him that why life is not precious, he has no real answer to that. Because he himself he just knows that don't kill because it's bad.
Yeah, and I think within that dynamic between him and Oliver, it's your answer. Yeah. I mean, Mark cannot spouse that answer because it's so intrinsic to him. It doesn't know why he's like that. Sorry.
He has never really examined it.
It doesn't understand why Oliver's finding it so easy to do that. While he's saying, no, hang on a minute. He's grown up in my phrase, in a soft life with a morality that is easy to live by in times of peace. But he's now walking into almost like a war situation. And he's still trying to act like a peacetime person.
So there's a difference between killing in a battle and killing in cold blood.
Right.
And you're fighting a villain. If it gets down to killing him in that fight, you might not hesitate because it's life or death. But you wouldn't kill that person in cold blood.
Right. So
if he's down and you won't go and kill him, Oliver is advocating for like the way he killed the Molotins. They are down and surrender. They're like, you know what? Kill him.
So and I agree with that. But in the Armstrong, we've now established the fact that if he gets away,
He's coming back.
He's coming back. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't risk it anymore.
Yeah. No, see, what I'm trying to say is that you understand where you would kill. Mark is coming from this black and white morality of kill or don't. Killing is bad. You don't kill your villains because that's the good thing to do. And then he doesn't now understand that, oh, he doesn't understand why that belief system exists for some people. Because there are some people who, even at the face of action going away, because of what they believe, they will still let him go away because they won't kill him. And they will be able to explain why. But Mark doesn't understand that reasoning why. So he cannot hold on to that belief. He cannot hold on to that principle. So when he's confronted with the reality of it, it's like, oh, okay, I get it now. So that's where I find this particular show interesting in that aspect. So yeah. Does that make sense?
And just, I like them having Oliver say those words, and you repeated those words a minute ago about life is not precious. And the reason why I like it is it clearly points to his culture.
Yeah.
They're like ants.
Because they just grow. One day they're done.
Death is nothing to them. You know, sorry, I won't say it's nothing to them, but they've got a more... They're not as
a more pragmatic outlook.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and they don't believe in the sanctity of life to the level we do. And to be honest, within Earth cultures, there's some different cultures carry the sanctity of life higher than others. There are some cultures that they are quick to sacrifice people. They're quick to kill themselves. Some have taken a lot more. I mean, to be honest, even within Nigerian culture, I know certain tribes who value their lives way more than other, like in terms of what they will do or what they're willing to risk their lives for versus what they're not willing to risk. So I like the fact that they've pointed out that this guy from this totally alien culture can't even understand what Mark's problem is, with ending Armstrong, instantly. So yeah, okay. I like all that. So let's talk about Conquest.
let's talk about Conquest. So that's enough about Mark's morality on life and death.
Yeah.
So Conquest comes as the new virtual mind that is sent to either get Mark in shape or put him out of his misery. And he approaches life as a, would I say, with his playing with the kind of way. He wants a fight. He's always looking for him.
He's a sadist.
Yeah. A psychopath.
Exactly. Sadist is even good.
Sadist is the best word for him. Actually, yeah, you're right. Sadist is the best word for him.
And he, oh God, the way he was.
He said you must have pissed someone off. Because they told me to take.
I don't really care. I'm just glad that I have this
chance. And like he kept on waiting for Mark to show himself.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you need to get up to the level. Do I need to kill your brother to make you fight me like this? Do I need to do this? It's like he could have ended this fight at any point.
Yeah.
From the beginning.
Okay. And there's a complaint, and some of our listeners who listen to the podcast have I guess a couple of them have complained that, and I can see the argument that Mark too often and in too often a repetitive version gets his butt handed to him constantly in all the seasons, and that they're finding it a bit tiresome. That there doesn't seem to be any. It's just like the same old thing. Oh, okay, this guy comes up, starts beating up on him again.
Yeah.
That Mark. Now, in a way, I can see the argument, and because it's been a long time since I read the comics, I think the comics did a better job of the beatings don't come as off. Well, I don't think they don't come as. I think every beating he gets in the show is in the comics, but the comics, because of the nature of the comics, it doesn't seem like every time I watch a season he's getting beaten up. They have other things going on. There are things where he is clearly winning when he's fighting people.
So
yeah, go on.
What I would say about that is the difference between the comics and the TV show is that the TV show has clear breakpoints. and they use this big fight as the end point.
Yeah, every time. Yeah.
So in the comics, it's just a Victorite fight. Then it goes back to life for like the next 20, 30 comics. And he's fighting normal guys. He's beating. We are seeing him get stronger and all of that. We see that happen here. But then when the next Victorite comes, we're happy. Oh, he's actually doing better than his dad. He's actually doing better than the last time. But here, because it's always the end, always the finale.
Okay. So that's my question.
Do
we even think he's doing better? And
do we think what?
Are we seeing a progression in his abilities against Viltrumites?
Yes.
I'm not really sure we are. Okay.
We are seeing a very big progression though. The first Viltrumite fight he had with his dad.
Yes.
That was not a fight, that was a beatdown. There was no fight.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And then Anissa.
No, not Anissa.
Oh, the second one was on the planet.
On the block planet. Like he was able to throw a few punches around. Yeah. Now Anissa is way stronger than him. But from the power levels as been displayed, Anissa is weaker than Conquest.
Yes.
Anissa is weaker than Nolan.
Yes.
Yeah. Anissa is not up to that level yet. She's like just above him in terms of she's above Nolan. Above
Mark.
What's his name? Mark. Yeah.
Well, I think she's way above Mark.
She's way above Mark, but she's not up to the dad, and she's definitely not up to Conquest.
Oh, yeah, she's not Conquest level. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
now Conquest
is Conquest stronger than Nolan?
I think Conquest will beat Nolan or can even beat Nolan.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who would win in that fight between Conquest and Nolan. Because I get the feeling that Conquest might have even trained Nolan. Because they're going to be older Viltrumites.
There's this statement that
he's the one they sent.
Yeah, and he's the oldest.
Yeah.
So
he's not the longest. He doesn't have a name anymore.
Yes.
Because that's who he is.
Conquest.
Yes, Conquest. Yeah. So he's so far gone that even other Viltrumites
I think
he's probably Trag.
Trag. Yeah. He's the person above him.
Yeah. So we have this series that and Nolan and Mark is actually holding, he's actually throwing punches.
Yeah.
Even though he's losing the fight and Conquest is being a sadist all through the fight, Mark is actually doing something. It's not like against his dad where he was losing. So, but because the beat is down in the fight, we don't get to appreciate that he is growing up because the focus of the
I forgot that last scene where he was punching his head in. Should be enough evidence that he's never been able to do that to any other Viltrumite.
No, it's because this girl has almost killed him already.
What?
Eve has basically demolished him, and the fact that Conquest was starting to fight is just showing the level of Conquest power.
So, let's talk Eve.
Yeah,
power levels.
Eve is basically
and the use of the powers.
Yeah,
I don't know if immediately Eve came onto the scene. And it's when Mark was fighting him and when Oliver was involved, and Oliver, I don't know how many.
Oliver got stretched.
I don't know how taller Oliver is now after that incredible stretching scene. It must have been at least 2 inches taller than it was before.
That felt like 7 inches.
Now, I looked at Conquest. And I always think, right, okay, if you're fighting somebody more powerful than you have to go for weak spots.
Yeah.
This guy's got one eye. For me, I was thinking, why are you not targeting this guy's eye? Try and blind him.
You realize that he could not, every hit he gave Conquest.
No.
Conquest allowed it.
But why would not Eve, with her powers, cleverly try to target the eye?
She tried to suffocate him. She tried to break his. Yeah.
He made the air dance and stuff.
Yes, yeah. And I think Eve. This was my head canon for the fight with Eve. Eve, she can do almost anything, but in the fight, she resorts to the quickest things she can, the quickest tools in her arsenal. It's only when she has time to set up the.
I think you're right. I think she reverts to what she's practiced the most.
Yeah. She has not practiced all these moves that will require more thinking time, that will take away precious seconds from the fight.
my head canon was a bit different though.
Yeah.
I was thinking more of when I remember when Zod first came to and was fighting Superman. Because he's
Yeah.
a seasoned warrior, even though the
Yeah.
noise was disorienting him, it was quick to figure it out and adjust.
Mhm.
So everything, if everything Eve was throwing at him, initially it will get him, but he's seasoned. He's like, okay, I'll figure this out.
No, I agree with
No,
that.
no.
entirely.
Yeah.
Is why Eve isn't doing more in general in fight. Like, why is she resorting to
Because
basic shapes?
I think that's
She-
poor writing.
That's where I don't think it's poor writing. I'm thinking that for someone in a fight, if you have this power to create anything, you create the things you can create the fastest against someone that is faster than you.
So my feeling is, my head canon, let me call it
Yeah.
head canon, is, and I think it's more aligned to Tunde, that all her fights previously, those silly shapes she makes has been enough to get her through those fights. And it's what she defaults to. She's
Yeah.
never really had to go figure something more creative than that to win.
This is how Jordan using gun in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. It is. It's literally that.
Yeah.
Now she goes, oh crap, you have the power I won't lie. I think Eve's the most powerful person on this planet.
Yeah.
You know,
If
she
you can
use
tap
it.
it, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And so
Is she?
I'm thinking, are we going to see a growth arc as well? Just like we're going to get from Mark. Will she start coming up with some more deadly ways of using her powers? Why are you not going into people's throats?
But what about the switch? Unless she has a trauma or she has a traumatic experience.
Right. So this is my view of Monica, man. So she's killed, basically, almost killed. And that trauma removes the blocks in her mind from her accessing her full power, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which then allows her to almost to rebuild her own body. I guess, is that accurate? She rebuilds her own body.
Yes, she allows
anything.
rebuild.
Yeah.
Now that level of power, I'm not kidding you. It's a Jean Grey, Monaco man.
Yeah,
She is that powerful, but like
But she needs to be able to use it. She needs to start harnessing and needs to understand what it means.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. There's a scene when she changed her clothes towards the end when she wanted to knack somebody. Sorry, that knack in Yoruba means, have coitus. So she was trying to have coitus, and she undresses Mark.
Yes.
And then it said the costume, the clothes
start to melt.
Yeah, they're not held together properly. They come apart. So I'm not sure, is her partner too high that she's no longer able to do the simple things, or what? And again, I don't know.
That was Konji blocking her thinking.
No, it's. I think her powers have gotten higher or maybe different, but I think higher that she needs to learn to recontrol her levels. Like now, she can do more stuff, so she's not as precise as she was with her shapes before. So yeah.
Really?
Because like Eve needs to grow. Like Mark is getting stronger. We know Eve is his one true love. She needs to grow up to keep up with him.
Yeah.
Especially now that we know she cannot die. Yeah. So there's that growth arc as well going on there. So yeah.
I like that scene. I always like. I guess you call it a power. Is it a power up scene? It always reminds me of Jean Grey.
Always fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was basically Jean. It was basically Phoenix rebirthing itself.
And a number of times, it always makes you laugh. Like I remember I don't know if you watched Buffy. There's a scene almost like that with Willow when she was, and again it was like a Jean Grey moment.
In what? Buffy?
Yeah, in Buffy. So Buffy's sister.
I never watched Buffy.
No, Buffy's friend. There's a lady called Willow. She's like a witch in it.
I never watched.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She got power. She was grabbing throughout the season. She was grabbing power, but then there was what she had a. Basically, I think they even called it out like she became Dark Willow. She literally had a
that arc was something, but yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. But yeah.
So Conquest again beats the living daylights
out of Invincible. Yeah.
Stretches Oliver. Almost loses. Well, I want to lose this, but Eve gives him a very tough time with her tactics for
a few seconds.
Yeah, for a few seconds. And then Mark takes advantage, I guess is what you're saying.
Yeah, no, when she revives, she basically melts the off of peels the entire skin off of him. Like it's down to his muscles, basically. And even then, it was still beating the living shit out of Mark.
Right.
Until
So
Mark,
sorry, that's correct. She monopoly peels him.
Yeah.
Why not? Why again? Maybe it reflects.
It was a big.
Why would we stop there?
I think
it was a reflex action.
Yeah,
no, it wasn't.
Okay.
Oh,
you can call it bad writing, but like she did that one move and she fainted.
Yeah. Okay.
Like it wasn't. Yeah, it was in the midst of reviving herself. She just focused on her energy, blasted him, and fainted. She didn't really do anything. You can call it bad writing, but like it's explained in between the plots. Like yeah, she could have done more, but yeah, it's fine. So we have that. We have that scene, and then Mark uses his face to bash Conquest in.
Headbutts him all the way.
There
was a part Mark beat him.
Yeah, that's that.
Yeah. And the head was like a pulp.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's that.
Our friend does his usual thing. Our friend
Cecil does his usual. Like, I don't know. Cecil is a fool. For thinking that kind of thing will keep getting more information. For thinking that space is enough.
So here's my problem with Cecil, and not problem with that particular scene is, I could almost see both ways of this. I think Sever's thing is kill this guy if you can. Don't give this guy a chance to heal, but since it's coming out from intel ops, I need info. I need to know what can get this guy.
He's an idiot.
But it's a big, massive risk. These are the kind of things that happens in movies that I always start crying about. You know when you got the scientists, oh no, we need to explore. We all know it's going to go wrong. When it's put the alien leg in, from our armchair, we'll be shouting, "Oh, just wreck it!" But then I start thinking, in reality, would you? You would always think, "Oh no, we can contain it," but we'll learn more of the study.
No, let's just incinerate it into powder.
My problem with that scene is that the security procedures it keeps him in, like even for on the base level, doesn't feel nearly enough.
Yes.
Like you just lock him in titanium steel. I'm like, no.
And the thing will explode if it shakes.
I'm like, come on.
Can the Mitchell survive in the sun?
Yeah.
We don't know. Yeah.
In the sun.
We don't know. No, in the sun, no.
Doesn't Cecil have teleport?
Oh, you're talking about shipping him into the sun straight.
Yeah. Like I would have expected like a lot more safety procedures around that particular scene. Because you want him awake for interrogation. Fine. The other option is turning him to a reanimator, like kill him and let this guy experiment on him.
But this is where it's stupid. He watched the fight.
Yes.
I'm assuming you cut some of the conversation. How
do you wants to know why?
And you think this guy can be tortured or can will tell you what you want to know?
Even if here's the thing, even if he lies, it's still something.
Yeah.
Nah.
Now, if everything is safe,
I'm burning everything.
I can see what he did. Right.
If it's something,
I'm not saying it's the right thing, but I can see why he did it.
No, but here's the thing, right? If it's something I am 100% sure I can secure. Like if I had like the perfect prison or Conquest, it's the wise decision to do. Like if I can lock him in, if I can lock Conquest in another dimension and where only I can talk to him, and I know he has zero ways of escaping, I think it's like the best decision to do to get information.
No, you've seen Nolan, you've seen Anissa, now you've seen Conquest, and they've gotten progressively worse. And you think,
that's why I'm saying the big if there
imperative for him. I need
to find out.
I'm just going to assume this guy's power level, they're coming with times 100 of it, because every single one that's shown up is worse.
Yeah. So but he needs something to help him.
Like what?
He doesn't know.
What's your weakness?
Yeah, he doesn't know. So he's hoping he gets something.
Even if he gets like, this is the
it's
number of people we are facing.
Nah.
This is
it's a Hail Mary for him, but he believes it's worth the risk. That's basically what he's saying.
Wait, so if Conquest tells you the 10 of me, what do you do with that?
That gives him more hope.
That's hopeful.
Than him thinking there's a billion
like,
of them.
if he tells me there are a billion of you, like figuring out, okay, we have lost this fight already.
Well, how many
Let's
were
just
there?
surrender.
How many of them were left? Because there were not many anymore, right?
50.
50 or less.
So, and that thing is red. Another angle you're not considering is that Sisu might be thinking of, is there a way for Ed to surrender peacefully to these people?
No.
Ed to do what?
Surrender peacefully.
Yeah.
Is there a way to live under this new overlord? Because that's another option. Like, okay, I've saved you guys. Go back home. We will surrender.
No.
It's fine. We are kept alive. Because that's also on the table. If there's any other option beyond complete destruction and annihilation by the alien overlords, I think it's wise to consider. Because you've seen Nolan, you've seen and both have left. You now kill the one guy that came here by mistake, by luck, and you realize, oh wait, maybe if there are a million more of these people, and we now kill their messenger, how many more will they send to kill us as punishment?
Yeah.
So I guess that logic of saying, okay, let me keep him alive. Let me find out more. Is there a way I can bargain with these people as well to protect my planet? Because all options are on the table. You don't know what you're dealing with until you know what you're dealing with. So, I get it.
I kind of get his thinking. I still don't get me wrong, Red. I still agree. It's very, very dangerous.
Very dangerous, but
I'm risk averse like that.
My thinking is it's less risky killing him than actually, like, it's a lot more risky killing him.
It might have bought you a bit more time.
For what? Sorry,
killing him and holding him prisoner. It should be the same thing time-wise. What's the time-wise in terms of when those guys decide to respond? Because if he doesn't report back, then they'll come looking for him.
If he's dead, they still come looking for him. Yeah. So I think because the only other play there is you kill him, you negotiate. You keep him, you negotiate with him, and you let him go. That's the only other play he has there.
There's no one ever. That guy is psycho. There's no way I'm
that guy is not. I'm not.
If I'm serial, I would also be considering Cecil. I would also be considering surrendering. What's his name? Invincible to him as sacrifice. If like, for example, Conquest tells me we have 1 million more people here and we want to come and live on Earth, there's nothing you can do about it at that point. Yeah. So surrender should be an option as well.
Well, so now here's the thing. Surrender wasn't on the cards. I'm trying to remember what Nolan was saying. That no, you can just accept us as your overlords.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, that's so.
Yeah.
Just accept them as your overlords.
We're living under some overlords now, anyway.
So it's like, it's fine.
Okay, I'll give you my overlords. What's the difference?
Yeah, what do you want?
Overlord Trump or Overlord Omni-Man? I might as well just go for,
You're talking too much before we go and get tariffs now. It's fine, no? But yeah. Okay, let's get to the episodes. The two of them.
The two together?
No, separately. Invincible.
Separately. Oh, okay. So if I'm going to say, oh God, I am going to go 3.3 for the Mark versus Max episode.
Okay.
And I'll give Mark versus Conquest versus Eve 3.5.
Okay.
Okay. So the Marks, that gets a 2.8 for me.
Wow, that's poor.
There was something about how quickly I think they didn't flesh it out enough. But Mark versus Conquest, I'll give that a 4.
Okay. I'll give Mark versus Max a 3.8, and I'll
Okay.
give Mark versus Conquest a 3.5. I prefer the Mark versus
So you
Max fight.
prefer Mark versus Box? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I like the one-on-one.
Yeah, it's fine.
I
But yeah,
like
that's
it. I liked it a lot, and I like the Eve part a lot. So yeah, I think overall, I think I did enjoy the Conquest episode more
better.
than the
Yeah. Because like I get some of the complaints that the Conquest at some point in the books, when reading it, at least for me, I felt like Conquest could kill this guy.
Right,
In
okay.
this show, I didn't have that feeling at all.
Right.
I don't know. It wasn't like Conquest was a threat and all of that, but I didn't feel Mark was in danger.
You weren't scared for Mark's life, like
I wasn't
it's
scared for
different.
Mark's life. They didn't communicate that well.
But it's different though. When you were reading the book, you didn't know how it was going to end. Now you're watching the show, you already know.
See, let me put it like this. Even there's some other fights in this, like Mark versus Mark is that in the beginning. I was scared for Mark. I know how it ended, but like I still felt like, oh, this kid is in danger. Here, it was like, it's like, yeah, this is the mini boss level. You are going to the next level. So there's something lost in translation in the way it was adapted, where you just know from the get-go, like even that this kid is going to win at the end of the day, no matter how brutally he gets. Like, I didn't see him get that beating. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I wanted to see like every part of his body broken or something, but maybe I will see this like that. But yeah, it's fine. But that's it for me on this particular episode. Yeah. So that's it for Invincible. Next season will be coming out next year, 2026. And as I call this will kick my. We'll be looking forward to that season 4.
It's next year. Okay.
Next year, yeah. Unlike Across the Spider-Verse, that's like 2029 now. This one at least has a yearly schedule.
Do we know what we're getting next year? What are we looking?
We might be. I think we'll be going for the Viltrumite War. We should be getting close enough for that.
The invasion.
The invasion, not the invasion.
Not
Yeah,
the
it's not. It
invasion.
wasn't an invasion. Not the invasion. I think it's the war itself. The war in space.
Yeah, sorry, I'm with you now. Yeah, I'm with you now.
Yeah, not the invasion. The war in space, and then all the other plot elements that we've been seeing in the background, like the Sequits coming back again. There's that.
That side plot.
Yeah.
Zero interest in it at the moment.
Yeah. I'm not sure if
you have no interest in it.
Yeah.
No, that's a dead end plot. I'm not sure if we'll get the Flaxans back next season, or maybe the one after that.
Right.
Because there's a big plot with that. Yes. A very big story with that. Let's not get into spoiler, but there's a very big story going on with that one as well. Then maybe more of Mark versus Cecil, or
and a lot more Oliver growing up.
And a lot more Oliver growing. No, would we see more Oliver growing up? Yeah, we'll see. Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. Yeah. But that's it for Invincible for now. Till next year.
Yes, next year. So that's it for the podcast. Next week, what? So we're talking more Daredevil next week, right?
We'll talk. Next
Are we going to talk electric? What's it called?
Electric States. I mean, if you guys can't be bothered to watch it, we can
I will try
talk
to watch
it.
Have you seen it?
No. It's on Netflix, but the reviews put me off. I think I might watch it because the reviews are so bad now that I'm now curious.
It's getting panned.
Yeah, so I'm curious to watch it. Which, in a way, is a bad message to send Netflix because all they see is views. They don't care whether you like it or not. You're watching it.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll see. It's like I'm not sure I can watch it because it's not even the reviews are not like it's bad. It's like it's just bad. So we'll see how it goes.
No, they're saying it's like the worst film ever on Netflix.
Ever, yeah.
Yeah, but like when they talk, the reviewers I trust, at least not trust per se, but like I understand where they are coming from.
Yeah,
their review is like it's like the Grey Man kind of movie. So it's not like it's terribly made. It's just like a bad film from this quality of people. So I'm like, it's not an interesting kind of bad movie to watch.
Okay.
But yeah, then there are other comics we can read next week. The Absolute Comics. We've not talked about comics in a while. So yeah,
there's you said Superman, Absolute Superman 5. Which one else?
Yes.
Which other one?
Wonder Woman and Batman as well.
Wonder Woman as well.
Okay.
Batman. Yeah. Okay. So that's it for this week. See you guys next week. As usual, please listen, subscribe, share the podcast. Okay, Red?
Yeah, see you guys next week.
And Dapo.
And thanks again for listening for another week. And we'll see you later. Oh, and welcome our new listeners. We've got a bunch of new listeners joining us. So, hopefully they will keep on listening. Thanks.
Okay, that's
See you
good.
later.
Yeah.
That's good.